Back at the White Springs. We have a couple more side quests, don't we? Check out for job opportunities in Atlantic City. I don't need this alcohol or drugs.
If you got some spare supplies,
I asked Tannen for a drink on the rocks.
help us help others.
You literally put
You're
rocks in
already
it.
here. You might as well invest in the future.
Okay, we have a job posting and a help wanted. Let's do the job posting. Temp. Security needed. The Lombardi family is in need of an armed errand person to perform certain tasks. This would be a temporary role in support of a specific project. Discretion is of the utmost importance, and the core responsibilities of the role will be provided if the applicant is hired. All interested parties should speak to Fabio Mondodori in Quintino's for more information.
Don't think about it.
The ideal candidate is one who is diligent, meticulous, and above all, seasoned. Compensation can be negotiated at a competitive rate. Regent of the Dead.
There's no problem too big to solve.
Maybe I come off a little too strong. No, maybe not strong enough.
You got it, buddy. Fabio Mondadori is looking, I keep reading it and never get it right, is looking for a hired gun to do some work for him. I should head to Quintino's and see if I'm the kind of person he's looking for.
I should check if those Blue Ridge folks carry letters, too.
He's as smart as much. Everyone's in a twist over consent.
No, that's because Concerta's a terrible human being. Still need to kill some of these guys. 'Cause I don't think it counts the ones that I've already killed. It's only new ones. Hold up.
This is the most happening place in AC. Why those munis want to stay in there?
Quintinos!
Stay clear of the barrel. One day, I'll be high
you been down
rolling
to the
in the
aquarium?
VIP section
It's
on a
up behind
pile of caps. An IV of devil's blood hooked up right to my arm.
Oh, I never talked to her. Does she despawn?
Place mean anything to you? Tell you what, this
You
whole
know where I
neighborhood
could get a good
is my
hoagie?
space.
I hope not. Oh no. Concerta was here during the main story, and I finished it without ever talking to her. Dang it. Oh! Walter. Hi, Walter. Well, maybe she's still around. She just has different spawn spots. So that is going to be a bit disappointing if I did miss out on being able to talk to her.
High rolling in the VIP section on a pile of caps. think someone farmer's gonna whack anybody?
Fabio's personal computer terminal.
Can I help you with something? Anything at all?
Hey, Fabio. Oh, that's bright.
This is the most happening
Welcome, welcome, my friend. I don't believe we've had the pleasure of speaking yet. I'm Fabio Mondadori, at your service.
And who are you?
Who am I? Well, some call me consigliere, others diplomat. I represent the Lombardi family, but also myself. To my friends, I'm just Fabio. Perhaps you and I can be friends.
How come the Munis need so much money?
All right, I'm here for the job posting.
So you are. Let's get a good look at you. You look sturdy, weathered, if I may. You may be exactly what I'm looking for. Excellent. Now, I'm a generous benefactor and a good friend at that. Ask anyone, they'll tell you. But I want to start you off small. See if I can trust you. You prove yourself to me, show me you can handle a bit of challenge, and then the real work can begin. How does that sound?
Are you doing this on the behalf of the family?
On behalf of the family. How do I put this? When I act on behalf of the Lombardi family, I act in my own interest. And when I act in my own interest, it benefits the family. The two are one and the same. Perhaps that answers your question.
I'll be high rolling.
You're going behind her back. I'm cool with that. What do you need me to do?
Simple as, my friend. There's some ne'er-do-wells hanging around the casino quarter trying to rough up the family's patrons for a few caps. Pathetic, isn't it? Regardless, I need you to deal with them. How you do so is up to your discretion. In fact, I would be curious to learn your methodology. You deal with them, and I promise you, you will be well paid. We take care of our own here. Now,
I'll be
do we have a
high
deal?
rolling in the VIP section on a pile of caps. How come the Munis need so much money?
That's all you want. Just need me to take care of some goons. That's odd considering you have 5 dudes in this room who can do that.
You're sharp as a tack, aren't you? Well, let's just say this little gang problem is not the only thing I need help with. If you can prove yourself with a trivial task such as this, perhaps I can trust you with greater responsibilities, ones with larger rewards. I'm sure we can come to an understanding.
All right, sounds good. What do you want me to do to them?
I don't care. Kill them, talk to them, marry them, whatever it'll take to get them to go away. I just don't want them scaring off our patrons. The execution of my purpose doesn't matter to me, so long as the goal is met.
Where can I find them?
Well, they should be outside in the casino quarter. They like to hang around this area, waiting for our patrons to come out of the casinos. You might want to try looking around the old storefronts. Could be hiding out in there.
Say no more. I got this.
Your words are reassuring. Let's hope your actions mirror them. Come back when our friends outside are dealt with.
That grift is gonna ruin our reputation around here.
I had my teeth whitened by a fellow at the boardwalk. It was worth every cap.
You should join the Munis. Do something useful for a change.
Okay.
I could go for a ripper. Not the chainsaw kind. Are you visiting through? All the toppings.
Giving another look around to see if I can see her. But no, I think she's, I think I missed out on talking to her.
Don't bother me, I'm on vacation.
You're playing cards alone, my dude.
One day, I'll be high rolling in the VIP section on a pile of caps.
Fabio, the consigliere of the Lombardi family wants me to take care of a street gang in the casino quarter, utilizing any means necessary. It's also weird. I think there's 2 doors on the inside. Oh no, there's a second door. Bro, you're...
You got a lint roller on you? Yeah, this suit's filthy.
Alright. Oh! Enemies don't typically travel in 2s. Should have been a 3rd one. This is the gang that they're afraid of?
Hold it right there. I don't think you belong here. Yeah, okay, you know what? Mind telling me what you're doing walking in here like you own the place?
I heard you've been shaking casino patrons up for their caps.
Maybe. Maybe not. You don't look like a munie to me. Don't know why it matters to you. Sounds to me like you got steered in the wrong direction. We've been shaking some people up for caps, as you put it, but not patrons. Fact that you used that word tells me that the family sent you. We've been shaking up Quintino's louts for their caps. Who's going to miss a few mobsters? I'm not an unreasonable woman. How about you just turn around and walk away, and I'll forget this ever happened.
I do like that one. That's strength. So we can get her to go try to mob Showman and get killed, because that's called a lie right there, which means it's not gonna benefit. Or we can try talking it out, or we can strength to intimidate. Look, can't we just talk this out?
It'll be hard for you to talk it out with a couple bullets in ya. But maybe you'll surprise me.
Never mind. Jordy, I was gonna let you live. Jordy. 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 Jordy, no. Now you're dead. Jordy. Jordy, no. No. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, no. I feel kind of bad for Jordy now.
This is the most happening place in AC. Why those munis want to stay in their gross...
Oh, hey, it's raining.
Out of those caps.
Hey, that's another callback to New Vegas. Necklace made out of bottle caps.
Word of advice.
There's so many. They keep throwing in New Vegas callbacks.
A word of advice. Any wise guys?
Concerta's back.
New to Atlantic City? Or are you lucky
One day
enough
I'll
to
be high rolling in the VIP section on a pile of caps. One day I'll be high rolling in the VIP section on a pile of caps. With an IV of devil's blood hooked up to my arm.
That's a heavy storm. Hey, I'm back, Fabio.
Atlantic City's wheels are You're back, and you still have a pulse. What a stroke of luck that is.
This is the most happening place in AC. Why those muties
Well,
wanna stay in their gross little hovel.
wanted to ask you about this gang.
Of course, I'm sure you have many questions. I will endeavor to answer them.
So much money. What, you gotta pay
Who are they exactly?
cut or something?
Oh, nobody of importance. That I can assure you of. They're just a bunch of street rats looking for quick caps. I hear they're led by a woman who calls herself Geordie. Might want to try looking for her. The others are her nameless lackeys who can do naught but follow. They just want money. Plain and simple.
Any particular reason they need money that bad?
I'm not sure what you're getting at here. Crime is crime, as I'm sure you know. We can't very well have cutthroats running around mugging people on our streets now, can we? I don't know any of these ne'er-do-wells personally. I don't know why they do what they do. Only that it's wrong.
Alright, where can I find them?
Well, they should be outside in the casino quarter. They like to hang around this area, waiting for our patrons to come out of the casinos. You might want to try looking around the old storefronts. Could be hiding out in there.
And we already know that one.
By all means, ask away.
I've taken care of Jordy and her gang.
So you did. And in your own way as well. Very, very interesting. Yeah, words can only tell you so much about a person, but actions? Well, actions tell you everything. That gang of lowlifes I sent you to track down was just a test, a trial run to see if you can handle the real work that needs to get done. You see, my organization, the Lombardi family, we've been disorganized for some time now, rudderless, filled with questions. It's not good for a cult of personality to lack one, you understand? Now, as I'm sure you can see, I'm not Quintino Lombardi. I'm not the Don.
This is the most happening place
Yet.
in AC.
Quintino himself has been absent for some time, silent. It's not in his character. We've been told he's just been ill from old age. At the very least, that's what his kid sister Concerta has been saying. She's been strutting around, giving orders, claiming they're from Quintino. Not all of us are foolish enough to take such things at face value. I need you to play detective for me. Dig up dirt on her. Find the truth. If Quintino is, for whatever reason, gone, then the position of Don is open. And I would be very interested in that position. I could reward you quite handsomely. Do you think you could do some digging for me?
I'll do it. Where should I start?
Yeah, I didn't think you'd turn an opportunity like this down. As to where you should start, look to the Neapolitan Casino. Concerta lives in the largest suite within its hotel wing. I need you to search her room and find whatever evidence you can. That woman is hiding something, I know she is. And when you learn the truth, whatever that may be, return to me. Don't come back until you do.
Hey, she's right outside your door and you were talking. Maybe next time,
Need so much money.
close the door.
Cut or something?
I'd say walk a day in my shoes, but you're taking your time, aren't you?
Talk about the job.
Yes.
Anything you can tell me about Concerta that might help?
It's hard to describe a viper like Concerta Lombardi in mere words. She's difficult to pin down and even harder to trap. She's the Don's little sister, as you know. That position has afforded her a great deal of power that
And
she
his
didn't
bar before him.
earn. Unlike me, she doesn't have much of a silver tongue, more of a lead one. She's ruthless, cutting, and doesn't mince words. Though, I've heard she has a bit of a soft side. Philosophical, even. I've yet to see that. She's been calling the shots around here lately, says Quintino's been sick. As you can imagine, I don't buy it. I know something's happened. It's just a matter of what and how much involvement she had in it.
Losing Antonio was a big hit to the family.
Where should I look for evidence?
Your best bet's the Neapolitan Casino. Concerta lives in the high roller suite there, gorging on luxury. Between you and me, there's an underground tunnel that goes between Quintino's and the Neapolitan. So you can detour through there. Of course, it won't be cut and dry to break into her room. She's probably got it locked up tight. You'll have to be a bit crafty.
That grift is gonna ruin our reputation.
All of this would make more sense if this was released before the expeditions. Because I know everything. So none of this is new to me, which is a little disappointing. Because I already know the deal. So what happens after I find the evidence?
That's an easy one. You bring it back to me, and I will act accordingly depending on what you've found. However, if you find it necessary to expedite the process for me, let's just say, I would be very pleased.
Are you going to kill Concerta?
Oh, Arbiter, why do you ask questions you don't want the answers to? Kill is a very decisive action. Let's just say that depending on what evidence you acquire, I will measure up my actions to meet it.
Sounds good. Don't give me definite answers. I want to ask you something else.
And what would that something else be?
No news yet.
I'd appreciate it if you would pick up the pace.
And, wait.
I don't believe we've met. Concerta Lombardi. I'm acting on behalf of my brother, Don Quintino, while he recovers from his illness. Let's not mince words, nor time.
Nice place.
Thank you. I'm sure if you're someone who cares for flash and glitz, it's wonderful. Although, I usually expect more praise of the Neapolitan. Quintino's a structural basis for a crown. But it's not quite the jewels.
Who are you?
I thought my introduction was quite clear. I don't like repeating myself. I'm Concerta, Don Quintino's little sister. My name is the first you'll ever hear walking into the casino quarter. And my face is the last you'll ever see coming out of it. That's all you need to know about me.
That's odd, because I've never seen your face. Till now. And I've been here lots of times. Asking questions about the family.
Please, humor me.
Who runs the family?
Well, I'm guessing you missed both the sign on the wall and the glaring subtext. My older brother Quintino is the Don. His word is law around here, and you do well to adhere to it. He's been godfather since long before the bombs. As you can imagine, he's quite old. But then again, so am I.
What does the family do around Atlantic City?
You're just full of questions, aren't you? We're business people, through and through. We run the casinos and keep the chems and alcohol flowing in the casino quarter. And sometimes we deal with the riffraff.
Is the family an Italian organization? Is that a way of saying, are you guys with the mafia? Being, like, this feels like a racist one.
You certainly have a funny way of stating the obvious.
What?
Yes. And no. Our business was established by my brother, who is an Italian immigrant, like myself. He gathered all of the locals from our neighborhood and, well, the rest was history. For a long time, he liked to keep things in the family, so to speak. However, after the war, it was quite hard to have an Italian-specific organization in a world where most people have been raised by the hunt. So, he is more open now with recruitment. You don't necessarily have to be Italian to join the family. Although, most of the couples are. That's mostly due to the fact they've been here from the old days.
Is it? Are you done talking? Okay, I thought that was trying to be the way of saying, "Are you guys the mafia?" without just saying, "Are you guys the mafia?" No, it was saying, "Are you all Italian or not?" Either way, it just feels like an awkward question to ask them. Do you only let Italians work here? So, what's your place in the organization?
My place? I'm not quite sure I understand the question. Quintino is my brother. He is the Don. As his sister, I help him deal with his responsibilities. Of course, my brother has been quite ill lately. He's not well enough to make public appearances, so I tend to speak on his behalf.
Okay, that's all the questions I had.
Will there be anything else?
Let's talk about you.
Now that's a new one.
Are you going to become Don after Quintino?
Now that's the question of the hour, isn't it? And one that is difficult to answer. The family has certain traditions that it adheres to. Ones forged in days of ignorance and chisels that prevent me from becoming Dawn. However, everyone has an individual purpose, and to truly live is to align your actions with that purpose. I learned at a young age what my purpose is, and it is most unfortunately juxtaposed with the traditions that have guided the family for many, many generations. So, to answer your question, yes, but it will anger a lot of people.
Aren't you worried about retaliation? Must be cutthroat to be in your position.
Certainly. There are many trade-offs in life that must be made, as I'm sure you know. You open one door, and another door closes. Another path opens, causing the others to shrivel up and wither. Sometimes you open a door, and every door closes in on you. And that's just death. It remains to be seen whether or not I will simply close a few doors with my choices, or all of them.
Do you ever miss Italy? Or are you happy with Atlantic City? Was she born in Italy?
That's an interesting question. I was only about 10 years old when we moved to America, so it's been quite some time. It's foolish, in my opinion, to miss such things as people and places. So long as you keep a memory of such things, the event lives on forever. Time is almost like an effect applied on each and every one of us. Every moment exists simultaneously, but our awareness is singular and not omnipresent. We just move from one moment to another.
So I know her brother was an immigrant. I guess I didn't know that she was also one. Because I don't know their age. Like, how close they are to each other. You're more philosophical than I expected.
Oh, and what did you expect? I cannot see someone in my position as being anything but philosophical. To be part of the family and to live in this hellish world means confronting your mortality on the daily. Death is not something to be feared, but rather our greatest motivator to align to our purpose. There's beauty to the inevitability of our demise and the stark ephemeral nature of our reality. I enjoy being a part of it.
That's a funny way of looking at death.
Possibly, but you can't deny there's a certain beauty to the macabre. No? It may not be sunshine and roses, but there's something about the cold gray of a tombstone and the blanket of the night. It chills my heart in the most profound way.
I gotta head home before dark. There's a few too many boogeymen around here.
In a place like this, it's
Go ahead,
to stop talking.
What's left? I want to ask you about Atlantic City.
and I shall answer your questions about Atlantic City.
What can you tell me about the showman?
Don't let the disparaging locker room talk around here fool you. Our friends at the boardwalk are very useful. Their shows may be frivolous and parlous, but they bring in a lot of tourists. Tourists who spend money at the casinos. But I must admit, I am a bit biased. Mother Charlotte, the matron of the showman, is a dear friend of mine. I have the utmost respect for her and the empire that she built.
Well, at least she built her empire. She's not stealing it. You and Mother Charlotte, friends?
Oh, don't look so surprised. Yes, we're friends. But you must understand, the two women in our respective positions must maintain certain boundaries. We have businesses to run, plain and simple. If Charlotte feels the need to send some assassins after me over some financial squabble, so be it. We'll still meet for tea on Saturday, regardless.
That ties into the expedition. What do you think of the Munis?
They're all right, I suppose, trying to fight the good fight and all that. It's very cute.
What am I supposed to do?
But
All this free
you know
time
how
working
governments
so
are. They tend to stumble and fall more than our patrons do after a few drinks. I respect Timothy Lane. He is a fighter, that's for sure. I do like a challenge.
All right, I think that's it.
Such as... Oh, I do hope that later comes. It was a pleasure.
So, I mean, I don't have too much of a problem with you, other than, Antonio has a point. He worked and built this, and you're just stealing it from him. So, I side with Antonio being the Don, not because he's male, but because he put in the work.
Have you been outside the city?
Let's go to the Neapolitan. I don't feel Fabio has earned it. He has put in some work, but from what I know, what I understand, it was built by Antonio and Quintino. Fabio was added after the fact, so he doesn't have a right to own any part of it. Fabio wants me to search Concerta's room in the hotel wing of the Neapolitan casino and see if I can find any evidence on what happened to Don.
My pa was a made man, and his pa before him, and his pa before him. And,
Steam doesn't burn you. I mean, I guess it does, but not enough for it to matter. Let's go ahead and turn it off, though. Excuse me, sir.
Around the club is that Concerta's been overstepping. Don't know how Quintino's letting that slide.
Somebody gotta do to cop a taste of devil's blood.
you're not a high roller. So scram. Some old farmers in my personal space, huh? This'll teach you. Don't worry. We'll pick you up right when you die.
I wanted to test to see what he'd do. Hold on. Oh, you're not following me anymore. Oh, here he is.
Give me one good reason not to whack you right here, right now.
Oh. Oh, I can't turn it back on.
Can't believe they got me fighting someone so soft.
I just don't want to kill him upstairs.
Was a made man, and his pa before him, and his pa before him. Oh, wait.
Heard some gunshots earlier?
I just wanted to test to see what it would happen if I walked past him and just opened the door.
How long it'll be before the Don shows his mug again?
You here to bet big or what?
My luck is changing tonight.
Now we're gonna head on up to Concerta's room.
So, this city's run by a circus, the Godfather, and a bunch of underpaid cities.
How come the munis need so much money? What? You gotta pay the electricity a cut or something?
Why are you guys hostile? Because I killed the guard? Awesome. Did I just make everyone here hostile to me? On accident.
I don't get paid enough for this much stress. There's no one here.
There's a new node here that wasn't here before. And I missed a bunch of stuff that happened. I'm in. Now I just need to search Concerta's room for some evidence of Quintina's disappearance. Scatterbrain. Concerta. I did everything you asked me to and left. The caps exactly where you told me to put them. The room's locked up tight. Don't worry. There's one slight problem, though. I may have left the keys behind. They might be downstairs in my office. The overgrown are skulking by the door. You don't need to get into your room anytime soon, right, Billy? So I don't know if I auto-picked it or if I've already picked up the key. I'm gonna...
My pa was a made man, and his pa before him. Oh, wait.
So they're not hostile to me. Okay. So his office is right here.
Sound tampering with the slots again.
This is Billy's office. Oh, we have already picked up these keys, huh? Because none of this is new. All of this has already existed. So there's the keys if you don't have the keys.
Come the munis need so much money. What? You gotta pay the electricity a cut or something?
I mean, again, I've already gone through and done all of this before. This should have been released before the expedition. Because I already had the key.
Antonio was a big head to the family. Can't believe that rat out on us. Better not be a off the family.
How did you guys get inside if the door was locked? Huh? Alright, we need to find our 5 pieces of evidence, which I already know what some of them are. Data. There's an addictol here. Let's go ahead and investigate. That's new. A canister of addictol lies on the shower floor, covered in blood. It's entirely used up. Someone took this in a desperate bid for a cure. Given all the blood, it doesn't look like it worked. That will make sense in a bit. Unless you've already put the clues together, or you've already done this. Gift box. Meticulously wrapped gift box sits inside of the fridge. This instantly strikes you as bizarre. After all, most people don't keep wrapped presents inside of their freezer. Upon opening the box, you discover a vial of macabre design containing a blood red liquid. Devil's blood vial. Okay, well, there you go. There's your answer. Dawn is missing. We already know that devil's blood is highly addictive, hence the addictol, and someone gave him, the Dawn, a vial of devil's blood. Why would they do that? To get him out of the picture. Upon examining the broken mirror, you notice there is some dried blood on it. Its presence is faint, as if there was an attempt made to clean it up. The mirror appears to have been intentionally broken, as if someone smashed it in a fit of rage. Okay, we've already read that letter. We're not going to read it again. I will link my exploration of the casino below. I don't want to redo all of the stuff again. Like her terminal, I've read every entry on her terminal. I don't want to read them all. There's a lot of them. There's a birdcage here. Caged candle. A wax candle burns inside of the cage. It's an odd design choice, but not totally outlandish. On further examination, the candle appears to be the same make as the votive candles commonly lit at funerals. She had her own wake for her brother. We've already read. Oh, we don't have to actually read. These aren't part of it. Well, if you read these, read her terminal, it'll give you a little more insight as to what's going on. I'm going to just look at this stack of books. Your eye is drawn to a stack of books lying on the table beside you. At first glance, these would seem entirely innocuous. However, you notice the binding of the book at the bottom of the stack has no title or author written on it. You pull out the bottom book and notice it's entirely hollow. It has a brass opening in it where the pages should be, almost like it's some sort of key. You've made some headway, but still feel as though most of the pieces of the puzzle elude you. You can't help but notice the upright piano that seems to dominate the main living quarters. It's worth a look. Okay. I feel like because room 3 should be on the other side of this wall, right? Let's examine the piano. You run your fingers over the keys, pressing each one. Strangely, one of the keys won't press down. Seems like there's something stuck underneath it. Change of plans note has been added to my inventory. Found a strange folded up note inside one of the piano keys in Concerto Suite. I should read it over. C, which is Concerta, moved Q into the old guest house behind his office. Sure hope you know what you're doing, Billy. I already know what the Dawn's office is, so let's go ahead and head there. Ignoring the bloodbath I've left here.
Maybe I should join the Munis. Do something useful for a change.
My pa was a made man.
What's somebody gotta do to cop a taste of devil's blood? I gotta head home before dark. There's a few too many boogeymen around here. You have to try the cocktails at Quintino.
I keep thinking they're saying doc. Like doc, doctor.
Kill a guy and then the mob shows up to recruit?
Search the room for anything suspicious. Oh, could it be that keypad right there? Is this a new note? I don't think so. Oh, this is a new note. God, I hate math. It's just 5 digits, Billy. You can do this. First letter of each line of that stupid poem, then match them up with the tax records. This is the worst job ever. Okay. Supply request. Is this new? Billy, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is that you'll have less inclement expenses to account for going forward. Bad news is that things got a bit messy last night, and I'm going to need a new trunk. Not the elephant kind. I've learned to be more direct after last time. Concerta. The thing of Daddy-O. Okay. Strange bookcase. Let's... Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. I found the Don's office. Nothing really looks amiss at first glance. Maybe a more detailed investigation of the room would yield some results. Strange bookcase. This bookcase seems to be attached to the wall. You attempt to slide the odd book you picked up earlier into the shelf, and it fits with an oddly perfect click. However, nothing seems to happen. Maybe the keypad on the side of the bookcase has something to do with it. Bookcase in the Don's office appears to be a secret door. If I can find the code to the keypad, the door will open. Will likely open. Okay. So it's probably going to be on his... I like how he has this light that looks like it's highlighting the safe. It's meant to be highlighting that face. But let's go ahead and get on Quintino's terminal, which we couldn't access before, I think. Tax records. THSDJPRAYK. What is the poem they're talking about? Five digits. You can do this. First letter of each line of that stupid poem, then match them up with the tax records.
Not tonight, it doesn't. I've got my lucky charm.
Why am I closing that? We gotta go to Billy's office, I
Still no luck.
think.
I should get out and clear my head.
Billy has the poem in his office. Could be wrong. That's the letter from Sal. Let's get on Billy's personal terminal. Inbox. Oh! Nope, that's okay. Let me mute that up. I don't know if we can hear Modus from here, but I'm going to mute it anyways. Yeah, somehow we can hear Modus all the way here. In West Virginia. It's not on Billy's computer. Was it on Concerta's computer? I don't remember a poem. I don't know why, but I don't.
Think the Munis
So I don't know if it's something new that was added and I haven't found it yet. Those are all deleted. See, this conversation with Jean kind of makes no sense now that we've finished the main story. What is this poem that they're talking about? I don't want to just power through the clues, but there is no mention of a poem. Let's go talk to Billy?
Isn't this place too good to be true?
Wait. What's in this area? There's something in this area. Is this above Billy's office?
Payday's become a myth round here since they put the gavone with the belts in charge of the books. You gotta respect those showboys for going all in. It's a constant brush with the big guy in the sky.
Because there's no... It has to be in his office. But because there's no map, right? I can't pinpoint stuff. But it's telling me to come here and search here for something. So the poem has to be on this terminal. Yeah, there is no... is no... There's no poem here. You let me out.
Losing Antonio was a big hit to the family.
I don't know what I'm missing. Wait, this whole area actually has the circle around it.
What's a plant gonna do? Throw at me?
I still don't
My
remember
luck is changing tonight.
a poem anywhere.
Lots of shoobies around here lately. I think there was
I gotta tell Joey to plug up the basement in the apartment.
Hello.
still no luck. I should get out and clear my head. One more time.
This place is a pocket of paradise.
Oh, there's a freaking another note right here on top of this typewriter. Devil is in the details. This much is true. The story of it begins here. The key lies in the very beginning. Blood that is spilled trickles upwards. Payment is inevitable even from those who have it all. Health is the only commodity of the rich and the comfortable. Death follows the clarity after the rush. Sins of the son follow the Godfather. TPHDS. TPHDS. Six, 8, 4, 9, 2. That note, I just didn't see it. Because again, it was something that was added after. He has rat poison in a bottle of wine hidden behind that. She was killing him. Like, that's so clear. Seems like Don Quintino is not quite fit to rule anymore. I need to tell Fabio about what I found ASAP. I mean, I knew he was dead, but, physician's note. Death note. Patient named Quintino Lombardi. Time of death, 22:54. CMO. Yes. Autopsy request. No. Physical exam. Patient was incoherent mental state upon arrival. body temperature exceeded 38 degrees Celsius, sweated excessively, and was unable to lift extremities without aid. Preliminary examination denotes no dermal or skeletal injuries. Patient was suffering from non-stop tremors. Attendees. One attendee present. Concerto Lombardi. Family notified. Patient's sister was present for his death. Patient expired within 24 hours of admission. Yes. Medical examiner contacted. No. See notes. Notes upon request of family. So she didn't want him to get medical help. Okay. Description. Patient was suffering from severe withdrawal symptoms in what appears to have been an unsuccessful attempt to wean off of devil's blood. Patient's sister called for medical attention, but nothing could be done short of making the patient more comfortable. Patient went into cardiac arrest after 3 hours of surveillance and passed away. Advanced age likely worsened his condition. Patient's sister admitted to having administered Dictol prior to my arrival, but the chem had no effect on the patient's condition. Signed, Dr. Frank Vitelli. MD. So this isn't the Dr. G that the other dude was talking about. Okay. He only had 345 caps on him. Come on, Dawn. A thing of Dictol. To Tony. Tony, probably never going to read this, are you? It's the most hopeless feeling in the world, I tell you. Just scribbling into the void while I can practically feel my body giving in for the inside out, knowing that you'll never even lay eyes on this piece of paper. I know you will feel like you let me down. The truth is, I let you down. I was supposed to watch your back, keep an eye out for you. I lost track of things, and it all started spiraling out of control. If I could turn back time, I would have burned that first shipment of blood, but we both know I can't do that. It's poisonous, the damn thing. It's like the sweetness of sugar coursing through your blood. Just like how sugar rots teeth, there's something about this chem that decays your blood, makes it ache. Everything that flows through me aches. I should have been alive to hand the reins of La Cosa Nostra to you personally. I should have been well enough to stand up and declare your authority. But I wasn't, and it's all my fault. I'm sorry, kid. I really am. I saw dollar signs, and in the end, it screwed us both. It really did. Can't actually open this trunk. Again?
Attention, citizens.
I don't care about nuclear strikes. But I do need to get to... So why does he have poison in a bottle of wine? Who was getting... Was she poisoning him? Was he poisoning someone else? Well.
So, you're the catalyst that will bring down my brother's empire? You, and you alone? So, you're the catalyst that will bring down my brother's empire? You, and you alone? Fascinating.
That would give away who it is. I think you know exactly what I'm here for.
Oh, believe me, I am intimately acquainted with my own fate. I can only hope that you might listen to reason, should it rear its rare face before you. I don't expect you to pity me. The Mad Queen of Atlantic City. Whose subjects could and never would respect her if she stepped out of the shadows. I've been standing in the shadow of my brother my entire life. The machinations of the family emanating from my whispers in his ear. It wasn't until he found peace that I started to lose my foothold. He was my shield, the visor that obscured my visibility in the public eye. But now, He's gone. Not by my hand, mind you, but by the very substance that made him rich. The only other contenders for the Godfather's chair are fools. They will run the empire for which I bled my entire life into the ground. I did not take the family from Quintino. I made it for him.
But we know that's not true, because him and Tony built the empire together, like as a team. They were friends, and now she's trying to come in here and say she's the one who built the empire, but it was built before she started whispering, like it already existed before she was whispering in his ear and telling him what to do. So you didn't kill Quintino.
No. Contrary to popular belief, I am not some witch. I loved my brother, hot-headed and stubborn as he was. He got too big for his britches one day, as he often did, and sampled some of his product. Became addicted to blood. There is no weaning off blood. No cure, no 10-step plan. You stop taking it, and you die.
We've already proven that's not true. There was a cure. Why didn't Quintino just name you as his successor?
Your naivete makes me nostalgic for an easier time. It's not due to some falling out or hatred. No. It is simply due to my nature. The family is rooted in customs from back home. We're from a small village near Naples. There are certain traditions that are to be followed if you're one who lives by rules. My brother was too stupid to see beyond it. Bless him. I had to resort to more subversive means to take what had always been mine.
And again, that doesn't line up with anything. Nothing from what we know of Quintino, and again, I didn't read all the terminals and all the stuff, shows that he wanted to give it to his sister but couldn't because of tradition. Everything about Quintino was, I wanted to give my kingdom to my best friend that I built it with. Even when talking to Tony, Tony was going to inherit it because Tony and Quintino were best friends. Tony did understand that women kind of got the shaft, which is why he didn't want his daughter to be a member of the mafia. But that's not why she was denied. She was denied because they were friends. They created it together. I don't know. I'm whatever. You've been calling the shots this whole time?
I have indeed. My brother was older, but certainly not wiser. He was always an impulsive, temperamental person, driven by vice and whims. I had to be the level-headed one, the decisive one, the tactician. If I didn't, we'd be begging for scraps on the street. I won't lie and pretend I'm some selfless do-gooder who is trying to protect him. I looked out for myself, first and foremost. But everything I did was with his best interest at heart. I hope you can believe that, if nothing else.
You were the one who put the hit on Antonio, weren't you?
So you've heard. Yes, that was me. Antonio was, well, and is, to a degree, the greatest threat to my power. He doesn't care about honor or loyalty. He cares only about money and how much he can hoard to himself. He may be an adept businessman, but he would make a poor leader and even a worse godfather. The family would fall under his leadership.
I mean, given the three options, the family would fall under all three of you, if I'm being honest. Why should I believe you and not Fabio?
Fabio is a politician who lies endlessly through his teeth. He's full of pretty words and bleached smiles. Little else. Like some of his competitors, he just wants power and wealth. He doesn't care about preserving the legacy and glory of the family. He'll run it into the ground and sell us out to every Muni taxman and boardwalk juggler in Atlantic City for a few cups.
Well, I know what I want to do.
And what would that be, pray tell?
I mean, I'm fine with her staying in power. Because I don't like any of the choices, but I've already convinced Antonio to give up the life of crime. Antonio's gonna go off and live and be happy. I've solved his issue. So it's between her and Fabio. Fabio has no stake to the Dawn ship. She at least does. So she should have the right to be the Dawn. So, intelligence 8 plus. I want to see you stay in power, but I'm not going to kill Fabio to help you get your way. You'd be just as bad as him.
Perhaps you are right. I don't wish to be like Fabio. He's a bumbling fool that can only be trusted as far as he can be thrown. This kind of treachery is something only a politician such as he could dream of. I won't stoop to that level. Thank you for giving me such clarity. Maybe you were a catalyst of more than just my seemingly inevitable demise. Maybe I misjudged you after all. If that is so, then return to your precious Appalachia. Then again, my intuition is rarely ever wrong.
Wow, you only gave me 2,000 caps. I got more than that off your dead brother.
The house always wins, eh? Not tonight, it doesn't. I've got my lucky charm.
Oh, that was weird. I just turn around and she's leaning in looking at me. I can't talk to her again.
I think I'll head down to the pit. This place is a pocket of paradise.
Alright.
This we're gonna get.
I'm cool with her being in charge. As I said, I don't really care for either of them. But now I guess I need to go check to see, did she have Fabio killed?
It's changing tonight. All this talk of bogies crawling out of the barrens. Like, what's a plant gonna do?
Tony was a big hit to the family. This is the most happening place in AC. Why those muties want to stay
I believe it's this way.
Lots of shoebies around here.
I believe I'm wrong. You know, it would be faster. Just leaving. Just going out the front door and running over to you. Running back to the casino. Because the casino is... Or, not the casino. Running back to the... Oh, no. Oh, he's here. Did it glitch? He's not supposed to be here. Guess I'll find out. if I go back to...
What am I supposed to do with all this free time and no work?
You know where I could get a good hoagie?
Okay, he's still alive.
I've heard through the grapevine that you've been quite a boon to Billy
I'll head
lately.
down to the pin.
Keep it up.
Catch a show.
How are you holding up after everything with Fabio?
Holding up? I'm always held up. But I'm doing quite fine, thank you. Fabio has become a very valuable asset to me. I know his goals, ambitions, secrets. It's very exploitable. He's akin to a small dog, yapping and barking to accrue strength, where there is none. I just need to throw him a bone every once in a while.
Sounds good, Concerta. Fabio! Hey, buddy!
Never have a kid.
What can I do for you on this fine
Can I
day?
whack someone like you?
Oh, okay, he doesn't seem to care that I betrayed him. Do you normally have this much faith in strangers?
Ah, so you're wondering if I'm an equal opportunity schmoozer or if you're just truly special. Is that it? Well, my friend, perhaps the answer lies between the lines. It's true that diplomacy has always been my talent. However, I also believe that you have the potential to change this city, to be its arbiter. Huh? Would you not agree with that?
What? Do I look like a butler to you? Go bother someone else.
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of a big deal.
So you are. I'd love to see such a bold claim realized. Hey, perhaps one day we can aid each other in bringing our machinations to fruition. One day.
Well, I tried. I want to know more about you.
Well, I'd hate to yammer on about myself, but I'm always happy to oblige.
What exactly do you do for the family?
I like to consider myself a diplomat, or an ambassador, if you will. Some would say I could be considered the consigliere, although I've never officially worn that title. I maintain a positive working business relationship between the Lombardi family and other special interest groups in Atlantic City.
Well, there was an error. They put Quintino family. How did you actually join the family?
Well, I'm afraid it isn't the most riveting story. Most of us are born into the family. The job is almost passed down to our next of kin. We take up the reins once we drink in the morning dew of adolescence. As for myself, well, it was a bit different. My family, my blood family that is, stayed out of business. They were simple people. I aspired to a bit more than that. Always had a silver tongue, you see. As it turns out, a man like Don Quintino could make use of someone like me. The rest, as they say, is history.
Mine keeps asking, oh, fuck, can I whack someone like you?
Talk a lot about power and change. What's your goal here?
My goal? I don't like to call it a goal because that implies it is something to be reached and not something that is already rightfully mine. As much as I adore him, Don Quintino is an elderly gentleman. When he inevitably passes, as all great men do, there will be a vacancy at the head of the metaphorical table. Typically, this position would fall on Quintino's children, of which he has none. I doubt he's going to make one anytime soon between you and me. That means the seat of Godfather is open. Or will be open.
Surely Quintino would have named an heir knowing he doesn't have any children.
That he did. That he did. Very sharp of you. Don Quintino did, in fact, name an heir. One that was not blood-related. Unfortunately, this person is no longer a viable option.
Charisma 12 plus. Do you think you could tell me who that heir is? You help me, I help you, remember?
Well, I'm a sucker for a nice smile. I suppose I could tell you a thing or two. I had a colleague by the name of Antonio Russo, fellow capo, although his responsibilities were very different than my own. He had started to show signs of senility, which naturally worried the rest of us, and after some time, he disappeared. No one knows where he went, although the rumor mill would suggest he fled Atlantic City with his family. Why? Well, I can only guess being Quintino's heir, but quite the bounty on his head. Of course, this stays between you and I. Capiche?
Okay.
Is there anything else I can help with?
Tell me about how the family deals with the other special interest groups in Atlantic City.
You have certainly come to the right place for that. What did you want to know?
Is there no hostility between the family and the Moonies and Showmen?
No. The wonderful thing about Atlantic City is its civilized nature. As I'm sure you've noticed, AC is dominated by us, the Showmen, and the municipal government. The Triad, as I like to call them, have an agreement. A contractual obligation, if you will. We stay out of each other's way and run various facets of the city. We coexist because we simply cannot survive without each other. There are occasional squabbles, but for the most part our relations are extremely peaceful.
Squabbles? What kind of squabbles?
Did I say squabbles? Yeah, more like subtle disagreements, like bickering among siblings. These are purely financial debates. The Munis, I mean municipal government, ask for tax contributions from the Showman and the Lombardi family. On occasion, we simply find the amount requested to be egregious and open a mature dialogue about the matter. Sometimes this results in an audit. But this is quite the rare occurrence, I assure you.
What kind of behavior is not allowed here?
Exactly what you'd expect, to put it in a nutshell. We cannot execute a member of another group without their leaders' express permission. Violence in general between our constituents is frowned upon. It would break our little agreement. This stipulation has saved quite a few lives around the casino quarter, as I'm sure you can imagine.
How exactly do you fit in as the family's ambassador?
What an excellent question, one that I will be elated to answer. I maintain a friendly, industrious relationship with the leadership of the Showman and the mayor's office. There are those who may have a negative opinion of the Lombardi family, and it is my job to sway them otherwise. My purpose is to facilitate a positive, mutually beneficial friendship between all parties.
All right, that's it.
Not a problem. What else can I do for you?
Gotta go.
So long, my friend. May you carve your own fate.
You been eating that slop the Munis are feeding you?
Intramail.
Actual edible food. How come the Munis need so much
Golden
money?
Goose from...
What, you gotta pay the electricity a cut or something?
I think we've already read this. No, I didn't. Fabio. Oh, wait. Is this... Let's read the original message first. Oh, God. So we'll read the first message, then we'll read her reply. This is to Concerta. Dear Concerta, I have nothing but respect and admiration for the empire your brother has undoubtedly built. However, Tino is getting on age and will most unfortunately let me mute them. And most unfortunately not be here forever. It is not lost on me that he doesn't have any children of his own to take his place. Are there any contingency plans for this eventuality? I suspect not. So, let me make you an offer. You can bring it before the big man himself. I am willing to pay a handsome amount of caps for the official guarantee of becoming Quintino's successor and the decision maker of the Lombardi family. Ugh. I know that Quintino himself is already a very rich man. Perhaps my funds can make his last few years even more comfortable. Do let me know your thoughts, Concerta. I'm ever so curious to hear back from you. Sincerely, Fabio. She said, Fabio, I'm going to pretend for a moment that you did not just insult my intelligence with such a ridiculous proposition. No, I will not sell my brother's position to you behind his back. If anything, you're incredibly lucky that I did not inform him of this right away. This city has enough problems without a human megaphone at the helm of the casino quarter. Worst regards, Concerta. Who else we got here? Bertucci? Mind your business? Who's Bertucci? Hey, Fabio. Wait, let me make sure. Okay. Hey, Fab. How about you quit sticking your nose where it don't belong, huh? I know you've been skulking around, planting your little seeds of distrust about my flesh and blood. Did you really think you could get away with it? I got William the job fair and square. It ain't nepotism if he's qualified for it, which he clearly is. Do you want to be the accountant? No, then stay out of it. Both know what this really is about. You want one of your men in William's shoes so you can find out what Q's been banking on. Don't even try to deny it. I know you're about as loyal to the family as Carly Day was to AC. Stay away from my son, or we're going to have a talk, just you and I, Carmine. So this is Billy Beltbuckles' dad. This is from Lupinacci about the showman. Okay. Bob, what's the update on the Concerta situation? I've been greasing up the boardwalk freaks like you asked. Fella says he's willing to give you some prime real estate by the water if the showman can go in halfsies on future profits for blood. I told him he'd have a deal soon. As soon as we get the sign off sorted out. Just give me the word. This is the first of many opportunities. I can tell you that much. Patrizio. Okay? And this is a reply to Cuomo. So let's read the first message first. The subject is Burn the Witch. Hey Fab, what's the status on the Wicked Witch? Did the moneybags get her to fold? Let me know. I've got a bunch of soldiers here ready to back you up, Joey. Joey, the old hag's not falling for it. She's stubborn as a mule, just like her brother. I offered her everything under the sun and the back end of the moon, and she still refused to give in. We tried to do this peacefully. It's time to change tactics. I think it's pretty clear what needs to happen here. The witch needs to die. You and I and all the other made men can't roll in with blood on our hands. We need someone unaffiliated, an outside party. Heard some do-gooders from Appalachia have been eyeballing AC. Might want to start there, Fabio. Okay, so I'm glad that I chose not to back Fabio.
I have nothing to say to those who are not worth speaking to.
Stay clear.
What can I do for you on this fine day?
You're still going to talk to me.
So long, my friend. May you carve your own fate.
Even though he is mad that I kind of outed him.
I need a fat sample.
I get my cut. I gotta tell Joey to
All right.
New to Atlantic City?
Fast Nicky, huh? Why can't I sell this to you? I can only buy from this guy. I can't sell to him.
Come on and buy something, will you? I ain't doing this for my health.
How come the munis need so much
Well,
money?
if you can't buy my junk, I don't want your junk.
Talk of
Hey,
bogies
you shouldn't be
crawling
wearing
out of the
that.
barrens. Like, what's a plant gonna do?
Concerta's
Grow it
wearing that.
The munis really
I don't think the mob, the Dawn of the mob, wants to
Still can't believe it.
see people wearing the same clothes as her. Can't talk to Billy.
You know if it's happy hour?
What's it take to get
Can't talk to Sal. But I believe we're done here. Oh yeah, why is there meat here in the corner? Any of y'all want to explain that to me, or no?
This is the most happening place in AC. Why those munis?
All right, bye.